Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are diving deep into one of the most important steps in data analytics, that is data cleaning and preparation. We'll learn step by step how to clean and prepare raw data in Excel. We'll cover everything from loading data, trimming extra spaces, splitting text, formatting, removing duplicates to using functions, and many more. First step is getting our data into Excel. You can load data from various sources like Excel files, CSV files, text files, databases like SQL Server, even from web pages. Now, let's get our sample dataset in Excel. I've opened the Excel. We'll go to Data tab, Get Data. From File, I want to get data from a CSV file. I'll choose the file and import. Now, this will ask whether you want to load the data or transform. If you click on transform, it will take you to Power Query, which we'll be covering in the coming videos. For now, I'll click on load. The employee data is loaded. Now, as you can see, our dataset is messy. So let's start cleaning step by step. Here, we can see the D column has mail ID and department. I want department and mail ID in different columns, so I'll use text to column to split it. First, we'll add a new column next to D. You can insert a new column by clicking on Insert option from the Home tab, or you can use the shortcut key Ctrl+Shift+. We'll select the department column, go to Data tab, Text to column, choose Delimited here, and we'll select comma as a delimiter. As we can see, the mail ID and department column is separated with a comma. Click on Next, Finish, OK. Now, as you can see, the mail ID and the department has been separated into different columns. I'll rename the column as department. So this is how you can use text to column to separate text into multiple columns. We saw how to split the value in cell into multiple columns. Let's see how to combine the values from multiple columns into one column. Here, we can see that the first name and the last name are in two different columns and I want it in one column. I use TEXTJOIN for this. TEXTJOIN merges strings from multiple cells or ranges and combines it with a delimiter. First, I'll insert a new column besides C. Here, I'll use the TEXTJOIN formula equals to TEXTJOIN. First, we need a delimiter. In this case, I want to join the first name and the last name with a space. Hence, I'll add space in the double quotes. Next, we'll use true as we want to ignore the empty cells. Then, we'll add the first text and the second text. As you can see, the first name and the last name is joined with a space. You can also use concat function here. However, TEXTJOIN is more flexible to use. I'll rename the new column as name. Now we don't need the B and the C column, let's delete it. I'll simply use Ctrl- to delete it. We have got an error here. It's because we have deleted the original columns which we referred to in this formula. In such case, you might want to use paste special. Paste special helps you choose which format you want to keep. First, let's undo this. Now, we'll select the name column and use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+Alt+V. We'll choose values and OK. As you can see that the format has changed from formulas to values in the name column. Now we can delete the B and the C column. I noticed some extra space in the name and department column. We'll use trim function for this. Trim function removes unnecessary spaces, leaving only single space between words. For this, I'll add a new column besides C. And we'll use trim function here, equals to trim, select the text, and enter. We'll drag the formula, use space special to remove the formula, and you can see the extra space have been removed. We'll delete the previous column and rename the new column. Similarly, we'll do the same thing for department as well. We'll insert a new column, use trim function, paste special, delete the previous one, and rename the new column. So we have gotten rid of all the extra spaces which was there at the beginning of the text in the department column as well. I also see some inconsistent text in the name column. Some names are in small letters like you can see in B4 and some are in capital letters like you can see in B17. So let's fix this. We'll add a new column first. Excel has different cases like lowercase, uppercase, propercase. Lowercase converts all the letters in the word to small letters. Uppercase converts all the letters into capital, and propercase will capitalize the first letter of the word. For example, if you want to convert all the letters in B2 to capital, we'll use uppercase here. Let's use the formula equals to uppercase. Select the text and enter. If I want to convert all the letters in B3 into small letters, I'll use lowercase. Let's use the formula equals to lowercase. Select the text and enter. However, in our case, I want the first letter of the name to be in capital. Hence, I'll be using proper case here. So I'll use the formula proper case in column C equals to proper. Select the text and enter. Now, as you can see, it has converted all the letters into proper case. We'll do paste special, delete the previous column and rename the new one. Now, let's quickly autofit row height and column width. I'll just increase the row height for you all to see how it works. There are two ways of doing this. Either you can select the entire range, go to Format Options from the Home tab and select Autofit Row Height to adjust the rows and Autofit Column Width to adjust the column. Or you could also use the shortcut key Alt-HOI to autofit columns and Alt-HOA to autofit rows. Now, let's say you want to extract certain part of the data. Excel offers three functions that will allow us to isolate parts of a string. Left function will return specific characters from the left, right will return specific characters from the right, and mid will return specific characters from mid. Let's see this with the help of E column. I'll insert a new column before G. Now, let's say I want Excel to extract first four characters from the cell E2. I'll use left function here, equals to left, select the text, and I want it to return first four characters, so I'll mention the number 4 and enter. Now, let's use right function and extract the word Maharashtra from the cell E3, equals to right, select the text, and the number of characters you want it to return from the right, which is 11. So here it has returned 11 characters from the right. Now, let's extract the word Tamil from the cell E4 using mid function. So we'll use the formula equals to mid. I'll select the text. Now we'll count the number of characters from the start, that is from C till T, including the space and the comma, which will be 11. And mention the number of characters you want, which is 5. Enter. So this is how you can use left, right and mid to extract certain part of the data. Now we can also use find function here. Find function helps to return numeric position of a specific character within a string. Let's use find function along with mid. Let's say I want to extract the letters KAR from E2. So I'll use equals to mid, select the text. Then we want to find comma from the text, and then we add 2 to ignore the comma and the space, and then we mention the number of characters you wanted to return. Let's look at the formula once again. First, we'll tell Myth that we want to extract data from E2, after which find will look for the comma in the same field. Then we'll add 2 as we do not want the comma and the space. And at last, we'll tell Myth to return 3 characters. This is how you can use find function along with Myth. Now I'll track the formula, use space special and change the format to values. And I'll name the column as state code. Now, let's see how to use find and replace. Let's say I want to replace some part of data like here. I want to change the comma between the city and the state in E column to slash. I'll select the column, go to find and select, replace, and type the text you want to replace with. It has 105 replacements. So you can see the comma has been replaced with a slash. Now in the similar way, let's say I want to replace the position analyst to data analyst. So I'll use the shortcut key Control H for find and replace the analyst to data analyst. Replace all. Click on OK. And you can see that the analyst has been changed to data analyst. Now, let's clean the duplicates. If there are identical values that appear more than once within a specified range, then we can get rid of it by using remove duplicates. First, we'll select the range, go to Data tab, remove duplicates. Now here, it will ask select the columns that you want to remove the duplicates from. If you select a specific column like department, it will return the 6 unique values as there are only 6 departments in our employee data. This would be incorrect, so I'll undo using Ctrl Z. And then I'll select the entire range. This way, it has removed the rows where the employees' data are listed twice across all the columns. Now let's see how we can work with the empty cells. As you can see, there are empty cells in the date of exit column for the employees who are still working. And also there are some empty cells in the email column. I'll share 2 ways to do it. First way is using the if function. First, we'll add a new column besides C and use if function equals to if, select the text, is equal to empty double quotes, which represents empty strings. If it is empty, we want it to return not available, else we want it to return the same text. So I'll drag the formula. As you can see, it has replaced the empty cells with not available. I'll use space special, delete the previous one, and rename the new column. Another way of doing this is by selecting the range, go to find and select, go to special, select blanks. Okay. All the blank cells are selected here. We can put any value that we want, for example, NA, and then Control Enter. Or in this case, I want to use today's date. So I'll put the formula equals to today, open and close bracket, and Control Enter. Change the format to values. So this is how you can work with the empty cells. Let's do the formatting now. You can do the formatting by simply clicking on the drop-down from the Home tab. There are different formats available like currency, date, percentage, fraction. You can also explore more formats from here. Or you could simply select the range, right-click, format cells. There are different date formats here. Let's say I want to choose the date format as year, month, and date. Okay. You can see the date format has been changed. Now let's say I want to find out the office hours. I simply subtract the in time from the out time. And let's change the format. We can right click, format cells, and change the time format. We can do it from time or from custom here. I'll click on hours, minutes, and seconds. You can see the format has been changed to 9 hours and 27 minutes. Now let's say an employee is working for more than 24 hours. I'll change the date here. You can see it is still showing 9 hours 27 minutes. In this case, we have to simply put hours in brackets. Click on OK. Now it has changed to 33 hours. Earlier, it was displaying duration within 24 hours. If you want the Excel to display the duration beyond 24 hours, we'll have to put hours in brackets. This tells Excel to accumulate hours instead of resetting after 24. Let's see how sorting and filtering is done in Excel. Sorting lets you put data in order, and filters allow us to quickly view rows and hide the ones that are unimportant. We can sort by going to Data tab, sort here. I want employees' ID in ascending to descending order. You can also add level here, then by date of joining in the oldest to newest order. And then I want to sort office hours from largest to smallest. Click on OK. So this has sorted data of employee ID, then of date of joining, and then of the office hours in the respective order. Now let's filter using the filter option from the Home tab or use the shortcut key Ctrl+Shift+L. Now let's say I want to only filter the active ones. I'll select yes. Or we could also use the text filters, and we'll use does not contain IT. So this has filtered out or excluded IT department data. And then we can also filter interns from the position, text filters that contains, and we type intern. Okay. So now we are looking at the employees' data who are active interns and do not belong to the IT department. So this is how you can do the basic sorting and filtering. Now we are almost done with the data cleaning part. I'll remove the filter. Let's see how to write a simple if statement. We can create a simple condition. Let's say we want to find the employees who are eligible for promotion. I'll add a new column after G. Now, my condition is that only the interns are eligible for promotion. So we'll write the formula equals to if and we'll type interns in quotes. If it's intern, then we want it to return eligible or not eligible. As per the formula, it has returned eligible if the G column consists of intern, else it has returned not eligible. Now, let's say I want to see unique state code. I'll use the unique function. equals to unique, and I have selected the date range. This quickly gives us the unique values from the state code column. We have already worked on blank cells. Let's quickly check if we have missed any blank cells. We'll use COUNTBLANK function here. It will count the number of blanks in the range. Equals to COUNTBLANK. Select the entire range. And as you can see, it has returned 0, which means there are 0 blank cells. Now let's quickly do the spelling check. You can go to the review tab, click on spelling. As you can see, there aren't any errors. You can also just press on F7 to run spell check. And that's it. We have cleaned the RMC dataset into a structured one ready for analysis. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more analytics videos. Drop a comment if you want to deep dive into any of these topics. Your recommendations will be highly appreciated. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.